Be me. Almost 30. Work from home in user experience design. Spend my days arguing with buttons and color palettes. Grew up with a father who thought instructions were a monologue sport. This is how you tie your shoes. This is how you sit properly. This is how you hold a pencil. Pretends my 7-year-old hands are a live tutorial channel. Older brother gets tossed a football and a "you will figure it out." I get, "Sweetheart, your brain works differently, so I will show you again." Spoiler: it did not. High school. Male teachers who loved the sound of their own voice. Raise hand with right answer. Teacher repeats it louder with slightly different phrasing. Class nods at him like he invented gravity. Start noticing the pattern. Men ask questions like quizzes, then grade themselves with the answer. University group projects. Syllabus written in normal human words. Still that one guy who reads it once and becomes high priest of the rubric. What the lecturer actually wants is, "We all have eyes, Daniel." Internship. Suggest an idea for campaign. Creative director repeats it verbatim with hand gestures. Room lights up. Boss tells me I need to advocate for myself more. Bro, I literally did. Start reading feminist essays late at night. Learn the word that finally explains all of it. Mansplaining. Chef's kiss. Feels like putting the right label on a whole messy drawer in my head. Fast forward. Meet Leo at a friend's party. Beard, glasses, plays ridiculous board games with rule books thicker than my thesis. Works in information technology. Loves fixing things that are not broken, yet just in case. Answers questions I did not know I asked. First date. He explains the difference between good headphones and trash ones at the mall. Second date. He explains why one burger place cooks better meat chemistry. Somehow still charming. We move in together. Discover his final form. Walking tutorial. Toaster flickers once. He emerges from nowhere. So, the way heating coils work is television remote lags. There is this thing called input lag. I sneeze. Actually, that is histamine response. Part of me finds it adorable. Part of me keeps a private scoreboard in my head. Every unnecessary explanation gets a point. Also, he is genuinely useful. Sets up our computer. Wires the modem. Makes a budget tracker that looks like something from a finance blog. My life gets smoother in ways I barely notice. One random Sunday. Discover a podcast hosted by furious women with PhDs. They talk about emotional labor, invisible work, knowledge asymmetry. My brain goes galaxy mode. Start seeing mansplaining like pop-up ads in real life. Still tell myself I am not one of those extreme feminists. Just aware. Which is what every woman says before she stops laughing at jokes that are not funny. Today, biggest pitch of my quarter. Huge client. If this goes well, my manager might finally stop calling my slides cute. Have been working on this deck for weeks. Script memorized. Outfit chosen from the waist up like a professional clown. 10 minutes before call. Laptop starts sounding like it is trying to take off. Cursor lags. Design program freezes. Screen locks mid-animation preview. Trackpad dead. Mouse dead. Brain dead. Immediately slam random keys. Nothing. Little spinning circle appears. Stares straight into my soul. Feel childhood fear flip a switch in my chest. Because if I mess this up, whole narrative about women in marketing being unreliable is going to echo in someone's head. No pressure. Leo walks in from the kitchen holding a mug and a slice of toast. Sees my face. What happened? Voice already calm fixer tone. Tell him computer froze right before meeting. He puts mug down, leans over behind my chair. Okay, first press the 3-key combo to open the system manager. that will let you force close anything that hung. His hand hovers over mine like I am a toddler learning the alphabet. That one sentence hooks into every memory of my dad redoing my homework. Brain goes feral. I know how to use a computer, Leo. Comes out sharper than planned. He freezes mid-gesture, pulls hands back a little. I was just trying to help. Still gentle. Keeps talking. After that, we can check which process is hogging the memory and… Snap, level 2. Can you please not explain my own laptop to me right now? You do this all the time. Room temperature drops 10 degrees. He blinks once, jaw tenses. Okay. Just that. No lecture. No sulk. Walks back to his desk. Panic returns in full color. Hard shut down laptop. Turn it back on. Stare at loading wheel like a hostage negotiator. Join meeting 9 minutes late. Hair a mess. Voice shaky. Client asks if everything is all right. Lie politely. Just some minor technical issues. Do presentation on autopilot. Land maybe 60% of my planned jokes. Close call with fake smile and real sweat. Log off. Sit in silence. Open phone. Send emergency message to girl group chat named something like Wine and Rage. Just called out Leo for mansplaining my computer before my big pitch. Feel weird, but also powerful. Replies arrive almost instantly. Finally, they think we are helpless on purpose. Proud of you. Set that boundary. Someone sends a sticker of a sword with flowers. Validation rush hits like sugar. Tell myself this is what growth looks like. Not taking nonsense. Firm, but fair. Boss feminist energy. That night. Leo is quiet. Not angry. Just quiet. We eat dinner while watching a crime show. He usually pauses to explain legal procedures. Tonight he lets it roll. No commentary on alibis. No, that would not hold up in court. We go to bed. He kisses my forehead. No discussion. Feels off. Next morning. Car makes horrible scraping noise on the way to supermarket. Turn radio down. Heart instantly imagines flames shooting out of the hood. Tell Leo. Do you hear that? He nods. Listens. Sounds like the brake pads are getting thin. When the little tab touches the disc, hear the word when and black out. I know what brakes are. You do not need to hold a seminar. He shuts his mouth mid-sentence, stares at the road. Rest of drive is quiet. Pull into parking lot. Woman getting out of her car hears the noise, laughs. Men love explaining every sound our cars make, right? We share a little eye roll. Feel righteous again. This is a gender thing, obviously. Over the next week, start noticing every time he almost explains something, and how he stops himself last second. New smart thermostat arrives. He installs it in 15 minutes while I scroll on my phone. Comes over with his, says, you can set schedules from this screen and it has a humidity. Catch myself already annoyed. It is a thermostat, not a spaceship. I can figure it out. He nods, closes the application, walks away. Our insurance company sends new plan options. Leo used to sit with me going line by line. Deductible this, maximum that, why one is better. This time he opens his laptop silently in the corner, starts reading alone. After an hour he says, we need to pick a plan. Starts to explain differences automatically. This one has lower out-of-pocket, but higher premium. This one, cut him off. I can read numbers. I do not need you to translate. He stops mid-chart, slides laptop across the table. All right, which one do you want? Stare at columns until they blur. Say something brilliant like, just choose whatever makes sense. He shrugs, clicks something. Never tells me which. Little things keep shifting. Wireless internet dies one afternoon while I am working. Open browser. Pages hang forever. Little triangle of doom appears. Yell down the hall. Leo, Internet is broken. He comes in, looks at modem lights. Unplug the power, wait a bit, plug it back. Starts to add why. I interrupt. I know how to turn something off and on. I am not a baby. He looks at me for a few seconds, expression flat. Right. Walks away. That night. Notice he eats at his desk instead of at the table. We used to talk about our days while chewing. Now it is just fork sounds and keyboard taps from his room. Tell myself he is sulking because his patriarchal comfort got poked. Vent to group chat. Ever since I called him out, he is distant. Get responses like, classic male fragility. He is threatened by you being assertive. Nod along to glowing rectangle. Feel safe in the chorus. Week 2. My life quietly falls apart behind the scenes. Grocery bill suddenly jumps. Open banking app. Stare at number. Looks fake. Ask Leo. Why did groceries cost this much? He shrugs. You filled the cart. Wait for follow-up about budget sheets, discount days, bulk buys he usually coordinates. Nothing. It is just my receipt and my choices now. Laptop starts getting slow again. Design software takes centuries to load. Ask Leo casually. Computer is weird again. He glances over. You can try restarting it and closing some programs. Then goes back to his screen. This is the entire tech support now. Turn it off. Turn it on. Thanks, genius. Take laptop to a store. Pay someone in a polo shirt real money to clean files and remove pop-up extensions. He explains it in that overly patient tone people use for toddlers. Smile and say thank you. Walk out angry that I paid for something my husband could have done while humming. Check engine light comes on. Little orange icon of doom. Ask Leo. What do you think this is? He says. Could be 20 different things. Better ask a mechanic. No hypothesis. No, probably just the gas cap. No calendar reminder he used to set for oil changes. Just not my job. Pay a mechanic to tell me I needed an oil change and air in tires. Fine. Add receipt to the mental petty ledger. Tax season arrives. Used to be Leo's Olympics. Set up laptop. Open tax program. Explain each section. This year he hands me my login and says, software walks you through it. No co-captain. Hire a professional because I am overwhelmed. More money out. Coffee with my friend Sarah. Sarah is married, has 2 kids, somehow knows everyone's birthday. Tell her the whole saga between sips. He used to explain everything like I was in class. I finally said, stop mansplaining. Now he barely helps with anything, and I am paying strangers for basic tasks. She listens with that face women make when they know there is a landmine nearby, then asks, when he explained things, was he mocking you? Did he tell you your ideas were stupid? Say no. Did he correct your design work? Also no. Did he only explain things he actually knows more about? Annoyingly, yes. She raises an eyebrow. So, you married a helpful nerd, and now you are mad he is following the rules you gave him. Offended gasp. It is about power dynamics. Start quoting podcast lines about emotional labor. She nods. I hear you. I am just saying there is a difference between your dad and your husband. Go home annoyed. Decide she is coddling men. Remind myself I am the one who reads theory. Then the house decides to test me. Saturday. Leo leaves to play basketball with his friends. I start laundry. Throw clothes into washing machine. Add detergent. Press start. Go upstairs to doom scroll. 10 minutes later. Hear new sound. Water plus panic. Not a drip. Not a gentle stream. A cartoon flood noise. Run downstairs. Laundry room floor is a small lake. Water pouring from behind machine like it just gave up on solid pipes. Heart races. Grab phone. Call Leo. He answers breathless. Gym echo in background. What is wrong? Laundry room is flooding. There is water everywhere, he says. Okay, you need to turn off the water. There are 2 valves behind the washer. Turn them to the right. Try to move machine alone. It laughs in heavy box language. Cannot reach valves. I cannot get to them. Voice shaking. Water creeping across floor. He sighs. Not angry, just resigned. Then shut off the main line. The main valve is where the supply enters the house, probably in the basement near the front wall. Red handle, turn it right until it stops. My brain hears valve and probably, and turns into white noise. Which wall? There are so many pipes. Can you just come home? He says he is 20 minutes away. You can do this. Front wall, waist height, red handle, right turn. Someone calls his name in the background. I have to go. Call me after. Hangs up. Stand alone in semi-flooded basement, wearing stupid slippers and an old shirt that says Girl Boss in peeling letters. This feels illegal. Run to front wall. See 7 different pipes. 2 gray handles. 1 blue wheel. 1 actual red lever. Go for the blue wheel first because of course I do. Turn it. Nothing happens. Water keeps coming. Panic intensifies. After more running and swearing, grab the actual red handle. Turn it until my shoulder hurts. Water slows, then stops. Stand there, trembling in ankle-deep water. Feel equal parts victorious and humiliated. Spend almost an hour with old towels and a bucket. Wring everything into sink. By the time Leo returns, floor is just damp instead of biblical. He walks in, looks around. You did it. Sounds genuinely proud. I hear condescension anyway. Rage erupts. You could have just come home. You left me to figure this out on my own while you played games. He leans against doorway. I told you exactly what to do. You have said you do not want step by step anymore. I tried to respect that. No idea what to do with that sentence. Anger decides for me. Decide I am done looking incompetent. Decide to fix the slightly clogged kitchen grinder by myself. Because enlightenment and independence or something. Watch a video. Cheerful woman says it is easy. Just press the reset button, maybe turn the blades with a tool. Done. How hard can this be? Turn off power. Stick hand in the grinder hole. Instantly regret every life choice. Touch mystery, slimy object. Pull out something unholy, and probably once a carrot. Feel around again. Seems clear. Press reset button under the sink. Flip switch. Machine groans. Sound like a robot swallowing gravel. Then high-pitched squeal. Then smoke. Panic round 2. Turn it off. Unplug it. Open window. Kitchen smells like burnt demons. Leo walks in. Why does it smell like something died on a stove? Tell him. I was fixing the grinder myself because I am tired of needing help. Very girl power in my head. Less impressive out loud with black smudge on my cheek. He looks at sink. That motor is cooked. Crosses arms. I told you weeks ago I would fix this on the weekend. You said you were too busy explaining to let me learn. Brain grabs the nearest shield. If you had explained it clearly before, I would not have broken it. His laugh has zero joy. If I had explained more, you would have called it mansplaining. We stand there in awkward, smoky silence. Dead appliance between us like a marriage counselor. Later. Friend Sarah drops by to leave a bag of clothes for donation. Sees towels on balcony rail. Asks what happened. Tell her entire saga in one long, angry monologue. Flood, grinder, Leo being petty. She listens, leans against the door. You know you should apologize, right? Offended gasp again. For what? For calling his help insulting, and then getting mad when he stopped helping. Try to launch into patriarchy speech number 4. She cuts me off. Mansplaining is real. Your husband being thorough is not always that. You had a guy who wanted to teach you things. You trained him to shut up. Now you are mad. You do not have a live-in manual anymore. Her words hit way too close to the part of my brain that hates admitting fault. Change subject. Offer her tea. Pretend I did not hear half of that. Evening. Dinner mostly quiet. Sit on couch. TV show plays. Neither of us really watching. Heart pounding. Finally blurt out, I am sorry about earlier. And about yelling every time you explained something. I was scared and annoyed and probably unfair. Leo looks surprised. Pauses television. Thank you. Long pause. Then he says, I need to say sorry, too. I got hurt when you called. What I do mansplaining. I should have told you instead of just shutting down. That was not fair either. Ask him why he explains everything like a tutorial. He stares at ceiling for a second. My dad never explained anything. He would just shout if we did something wrong. I had to figure out everything alone. So, when I know how something works now, I want to share it. So nobody around me has to feel as stupid as I did. Oh, that little syllable echoes around my skull. See teenage Leo trying to install something while a grown man yells. See present Leo walking around the house, turning all of that into step-by-step kindness. See myself calling it oppressive. Tell him about my dad. About shoe lessons and pencil lectures. About being treated like a slow device that needed extra manual. About how his tone sometimes hits those old bruises. We sit there trading childhoods like baseball cards nobody else wants. Not romantic, but weirdly intimate. Agree to try a middle ground. Ask before explaining. Say when I want the short version. Say when I actually want the long one. No swelling music. Just both of us nodding like awkward adults. Next morning, new grinder arrives in a cardboard box. Leo starts pulling out parts. Ask him, can you show me how to do this instead of just doing it? And let me hold the tools. He blinks, smiles a little, hands me wrench, talks me through shutting off power, loosening pipes, aligning ring, attaching wires. My arms shake, hands get gross, but I do most of it. Flip switch, machine purrs like a big metal kitten, no smoke, no screams, feel ridiculous and proud at the same time. Thanks, Professor. He grins. You are welcome, student. You passed. Later, sit at my desk, open browser, start a new kind of research rabbit hole. Basic home repairs. How to read a power box without crying. Engine maintenance for people who never cared about cars. Budgeting without wanting to die. Computer cleaning for people with too many design files. Bookmark videos. Take notes. Feel like I just enrolled in a degree called competence. Still believe in feminism. Still roll my eyes when random men explain my own work to me. But maybe my husband is not the villain in my theory essay. Maybe he is just an overexcited footnote. Start imagining a future scene. Family dinner. Pipe under sink bursts. Water everywhere. Everyone freaks out. Leo is in the garden, cannot hear. I stand up, walk calmly to the main valve. Turn it off in one quick motion. Grab wrench. Fix temporary problem. Come back to table. Explain to 3 uncles how the system works. Step by step. Watch their faces go from smug to impressed. Petty little spark in my chest loves this. Revenge, but sustainable. Text group chat later. Tell them I nearly drowned the laundry room. Tell them I apologized. Half of them cheer for emotional maturity. Half ask if I am going soft on men. Mute chat for a bit. Do not have energy to dissect this with 12 people in a sticker pack. Back at desk. Laptop humming quietly. Leo passes by, glances at vents. You can see him physically stopping himself from suggesting fan cleaning. Take a breath. If you have advice about keeping this thing fast, you can tell me. His whole face lights up, pulls up a chair, talks about dust, startup programs, memory. This time I open a note window, write it all down. When he finishes, he waits for the joke. I just say, "Thanks, that is actually helpful." He kisses the top of my head, goes back to his office. No one dies, still me. Still flinch when a man explains something I already know better than him. Still have feminist rants saved in my notes app. But now I also know where the main water valve is, and how to wire a grinder, and which insurance plan we are on because I asked after. Next time, something terrifying and mechanical happens. I will not be the girl standing in water screaming into a phone. I will be the one on the other end saying, "Okay, here is what you do." Maybe someday, Leo will call me from somewhere. "Hey, the sink at the office is leaking." And I will say, "Front wall, waist level, red handle, turn it right." No trace of spite, just shared knowledge going in the other direction for once. Leo jokes he created a monster. I tell him feminism just upgraded my operating system. Friend group does not get the nuance, but that is fine. Father would probably say, Leo ruined me. Maybe he did ruin the version of me who waited for instructions. Good riddance to her. Next time something leaks, I will grab the wrench first and the phone second. Next time a man explains my own field to me, I will smile and explain his back taxes. Find myself daydreaming about. Giving a speech on valves at a family dinner. Uncle interrupts. I draw a diagram on a napkin. Everyone learns where the shutoff is by dessert. Patriarchy might never say thank you, but the drywall will. Leo looks at me a little differently now. Not like I am fragile, not like I am unbreakable either. More like I am his slightly feral teammate. We still argue, we still misread each other. But the house survives, and so do we. Be me, feminist with a laptop, a wrench, and a partner who finally feels like an ally. Kind of excited to see what breaks next.